Well, a very good afternoon and welcome to the 888 Poker IPA World Pool Championships here at the Bradford Hotel in the centre of Bradford, live on Free Sports. Well, what a week we've already had, and first up this afternoon is the Ladies' Championship final between Emma Cunningham and Keri Griffiths. Well, I'm Bradley Hope and I'm joined by Dan Fairway. Dan, this should be another absolutely cracking match.
Good afternoon, Brad. Yeah, really looking forward to this one. Emma Cunningham, probably a slight favourite over England's Keri Griffiths. Emma, last year's Tour Ladies #1, and Keri, I believe, is she certainly wasn't an IPA Tour player last year, so this is the IPA is, I think, new ground for Keri.
Yeah, just looking at the route to the final for both players. Keri yet to drop a set on her route to the final, so potentially Emma Cunningham got a work cupboard against Keri Griffiths.
Yeah, absolutely. Keri is not to be underestimated. Emma is like I said, the favourite. Almost everyone would probably tell you that. But Keri is a current England international and she will be fired up for this one.
Well, before we get started with the women's final, we sent our IPA chairman, Kevin Barton, and he caught up with our two finalists before the final.
Delighted to be joined by our first finalist in the ladies' event, Keri Griffiths. Keri, you must be absolutely delighted with your form coming into this event.
Yeah, I think I've played quite well, really. I didn't put too much practice coming into it because we haven't got any of the blue cloths local to me, but I think I put enough in to know that I was queuing well, and then as the rounds have gone on throughout the tournament I've got better as it's sort of progressed, so I'm quite pleased about that, really.
And you must be in pretty good form. You've not dropped a set so far.
No, I mean, I think I've had a bit of run as well, but overall I've played the right shots when I've needed to help me clinch the frame, if you like, when I've needed to. So, but I've had some decent matches, different matches, some tactical, some out potting, but I've managed to keep my all-round game to get through. So. And
your opponent in the final, someone who you've played many times in the past before, you know you're in for a tough battle.
Yeah, definitely. She can be. You can sit down for a while when you're playing Emma if she's on it, but you know. Hopefully she'll make a few mistakes and let me in. If she don't, then I'll just sit back and watch. But hopefully I'll get a couple of chances to put my stamp on the match.
And if tonight you're the ladies' world champion, what would that mean to you?
It'd mean that I've come here and achieved what I came to do, to be fair. You know, I came here to win, so if I go home a winner, it'll make my dominoes taste a bit nicer tonight.
Well, Keri, good luck in the final.
All right, thank you. Cheers.
I'm joined by Emma Cunningham, our second finalist for tonight's final. Emma, are you really looking forward to tonight's final?
Yeah, I can't wait. It's why you come at the beginning of the week to get to this moment, so I'm really excited.
You were pre-tournament favourite coming into the event. Did that add any extra pressure?
Personally, no. It's difficult when you have people saying, oh, you know, you could win, but there's so many good players, you just take every match at a time, you know, and Keri's a quality player, and she's been to finals and these sort of events before, so just got to concentrate on me and try and block everything else out.
Obviously, you've won world titles before. What would it mean to you to win the IPA Ladies World title?
It's when I started playing, it's what I want to do. It would mean the world, you know. Yeah, to be IPA World Champions, great. The format's super hard. It's not like any other tournament. So yeah, it would be great.
And what about your opponent? So you're expecting a tough battle from Keri?
Oh, without doubt. She's a great cueist, and when she's focused, she's dangerous. So. As few unforced errors for me as possible, and hopefully I can win. But yeah, she's just as capable.
Okay, well, good luck tonight, Emma.
Thank you very much.
Well, that was the IPA chairman, Kevin Barton, with our two finalists, Keri and Emma, looking very relaxed before the final today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to get their thoughts ahead of this final. They're both really looking forward to it. They both said that essentially they both came here to win this week, and it's really nice to see that sort of competitive spirit. Here we go, the first break.
Yes, here we go. Keri Griffiths with the first break in our opening set.
That is a monster. What a hit.
We talked a lot about Tom Cousins in the final yesterday. That's right up there. That's a great start to this final for Keri Griffiths.
Yeah, she's caught that absolutely plumb. Brilliant break. Balls flying in everywhere.
Yeah, certainly. I think it's going to be interesting how this opening set goes. Just, of course, settling the nerves, wanting to make a mark on this final.
Yeah, it's a nice choice to have, actually, this. Everything goes. She's got an easier opening pot on reds, but she could see that yellows might be a slightly easier pattern. It looks like she's going reds.
Yeah, just with that 8-ball, almost hugging the that yellow just in the bottom half of the table.
Yeah, I think she's slightly out of position already. I think she'd like to be straighter on the red into the middle. She's got a little bit of an issue with the two reds to the bottom right of the table there. She can manoeuvre her way around it, but it's just getting on those reds in the right way that she might slightly struggle with. It all depends on how this shot goes. She can manoeuvre herself back into a very good position here, but this is tricky. Oh, careful.
Well, for a minute, it did look like that 8-ball was just agonisingly going into that bottom right-hand pocket. Well, it didn't, and she's safe.
Yeah, she finished, like I said, she finished too thin on that red to the middle, and essentially she had to go into the yellow and the black together to sort of use that as a blocker to slow the cue ball up. She's finished on a red, but she's put the black safe, and again, she's got a tough positional shot just to get her next shot going.
Yeah, the one remaining red in the bottom half of the table now is to look further up the table now for those 3 reds.
Yeah, she's chosen to leave it long, I think just to make sure of the red. But she's left herself, oh, that's a remarkably thin cut to the corner, or a very tough plant. She might go for the plant just because it might give her the safety option. If it covers the pocket, it covers those 2 yellows as well. And I think that's what she played, but she's had a touch of fortune there because she hasn't left Emma on the yellows at the top of the table. But it is a nice angle to either go into the yellow and the black or just drop in behind those 2 yellows and the black. Oh, tell a lie, she's actually on this.
She must have found an angle, and she hasn't. It's just...
Oh no, that's really clever. That's a great shot. I wasn't sure. I certainly didn't think she could see the easier of the 2 yellows. Didn't see that she could get through to that one on the rail either. But actually, she's played that sort of as a shot to nothing. She could have gone safe, or she could have potted and she'd still have been okay because she could have gone safe again. So she's put Keri in a lot of trouble now.
Seconds.
Doesn't want to hit the jaw. I think Keri would have liked to have hit that a bit harder and got the pocket. Still danger here for Emma though. She can go for the finish, but she's still got that yellow and black to worry about. So she needs to finish nice to break them out.
Yeah, she certainly does that. 8-ball just in a bit of an awkward position for Emma Cunningham here.
She's going at that now. Oh, Emma.
Well, would you believe it? What a start to this first set. Bit of drama.
Shot, 1 visit.
Yeah, she fancied that. It looks like she was trying to screw straight into them. I thought she might have come off the cushion, but she's just not got into it. She's not really cued that well, and unfortunately for her, not only has she opened out the black, she's also opened out Keri's difficult red. So this is a brilliant opportunity to take the frame.
Would you put that down to nerves for Emma Cunningham in this first frame? Of course, live on Free Sports in front of the cameras. in this World Ladies Championship final.
30 seconds. Not a word you'd usually associate with Emma Cunningham, nerves. However, it's a World Championship final. So, yeah, I think anyone's got half a chance at least of succumbing to some nerves. Both of these ladies have experience, though, in World Championship finals, in World Rules, the other code of English 8-ball pool. Emma Cunningham is a 3-time champion, and Keri Griffiths is a runner-up. So, again, on that, you'd argue that Emma's favourite. But, as we so often see, sometimes it takes one final to get into the rhythm of things, and then one final to win.
Yeah, certainly, you can work all your week to get to this position, and then on the big occasion, it's about transferring that great form into a championship win.
Not for the first time in this frame, though. Kerry's out of position. Perhaps a touch of nerves. She didn't quite get the position she wanted in her free shot, and she's ended up with this a lot thinner than you want into the corner. But she's held it beautifully. That's a lovely shot.
Yeah, it's probably the best shot of one of the best shots of the frame so far. Purpose in that shot as well from Keri Griffiths.
Yeah, certainly was. Still a fraction thin, but she should be able to hold this nice enough for the black. She's got a big area of the table to get into for the black, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Seconds. She didn't get into that. I'm surprised, actually. I thought she might sort of drag the cue ball there to hold it and straighten up the angle going up the table. She's now left herself with a phenomenally tough black off the cushion, full length of the table, down the rail. This will be some shot, but this is the sort of shot that's, to a certain extent, although it's first frame, it's a little bit make or break. You get this, then you're full of confidence. You miss it, it's not too bad because you know you'll get other chances, but yeah, if you get this, this is big.
Big moments already in this Ladies' Championship final. Keri Griffiths with a chance to take the first frame in this opening set.
That was so close. That was a lovely effort.
Yeah, it really was, and put everything into it, but it's fallen short, and now a chance for Emma Cunningham, knowing that all reds are off the table. Just got to figure out this route now.
Yeah, I just wonder if the the yellow near the baulk line sneaks past the black. If it does, this is a much easier finish. But this is probably the hardest shot of it. Oh yeah, we can see there it flies in. Just shows how good my eyes are.
Yeah, plenty of room there for the yellow at the top end of the table. Just these two yellows now to think about before.
Yeah, just about the pattern. She's just lining up where she wants to be. I imagine she will take the bottom yellow first. Yep. Just gives her nicer options for position. Oh, but she's rattled it. Has she got away with it? Oh, I don't think she has.
Yeah, I think there's an angle there now for Keri Griffiths to play with, and this is the opportunity to take this opening frame. And she does just that, Keri Griffiths. Well, it twisted and turned that opening frame, but it is Keri Griffiths who leads in this opening set of the Ladies' Championship final here at the Bradford Hotel, and that will settle any nerves when you're knowing you're going up against the pre-tournament favourite.
Yeah, it's a good start for Keri. Emma will be disappointed. She knows she had a couple of chances there.
And just looking at Kerry's route to the final, we briefly touched on it before the start of the game. Yet to drop a set, so she's been playing brilliantly well throughout this throughout this week.
Yeah, that's a stunning performance, isn't it? She's just torn apart anyone who came across her, and Emma will be hoping to stop that.
Second frame, Emma Cunningham to break.
But
trailing
on the
1
evidence so
frame to
far,
nil. Time running.
Emma needs to up her game, otherwise she might struggle. It's unfortunate. Decent break, but nothing down.
Yeah, dry break for Emma Cunningham. It's now time for Keri just to think about where she goes first. Of course, which colour she thinks about going for as well. Yellow's at the top end of the table. There's reds sort of clustered around the centre.
Yellows are probably marginally better here, but it looks like she's going for a sort of
30
expansive...
seconds.
Oh, yeah. She's trying to break out the yellow near the middle. That was tough. That was really tough, actually. One of those, I think, where because the table's a little bit clustered, she probably felt like it was almost a shot to nothing. It was a chance to open up the frame, but it wouldn't necessarily leave a frame-winning chance for her opponent. However, all of a sudden, those reds look quite nice, because I think Emma can play the red and the yellow near the middle as a plant first up. And then everything goes for reds.
That's the first red dealt with, and like you said, Dan, those reds do look kind of inviting for Emma Cunningham. Chances here.
Yeah, they've... well, that's a nice shot. I was going to say they looked a bit like almost like a snooker table pack of reds, where you have to pick them off in the right order, but they all go eventually. But she's opened up the table quite nicely there. Still got some problems. Still got to choose her route carefully. She'd love an angle around now to get to that lone yellow near the bottom right pocket. Just whether she can get that angle.
.30 seconds.
Lovely shot from Emma Cunningham. Just looking at where the cue ball's landed. Still a bit of a long shot now for Emma to deal with.
Yeah, depending on whether she decides to go down table now. If she does, if this is straight, she may well decide to. And this would require some good cueing. But she's got options here. That's not great. Yeah, she's having the cue ball cleaned. I think she may have got a bad contact there. Not sure whether she did or not, but I think she feels like she did. That's why she's having the cue ball cleaned.
Yeah, she wasn't happy as soon as it made contact. She recoiled from the table.
The thing is, she's the wrong side of this red to the middle. She wouldn't mind if she was... She probably wouldn't mind then if she was sort of straighter on it. But because it's so thin, she's going to struggle to get on the one to the bottom left as we look there. But if she was the other side, then she could screw it back and play the red that's behind her, if you like, up into the top left as we look. So it's tricky. Oh, that's beautiful. That's really, really well controlled. She's done great there.
Yeah, she's dealt with that well, Emma Cunningham. And now these two reds to think about. Just this one in the bottom right-hand pocket. Of course, the easier of the two. Didn't have much of an angle for that one in the centre. And has she got enough of a gap there to go for that left centre pocket?
She must feel like she has. It might be one of those ones that looks easier when you're right behind the shot. But it does look tight. This is sort of half a pocket, almost letting the gravity do the work. Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, it's a good shot. How is she on the black?
Well, I was about to say, initially, She's got the red into that left centre pocket, but has she? I don't think she has an angle there.
No, total snooker called, so she can't see the black at all. She could choose to swerve this. And the way she's jacking up, yeah, she's going to have a go at the swerve. Big shot this, because the yellows are there.
30 seconds.
Too much. Oh, she didn't even hit it, so it's a foul as well.
One free shot.
That's a huge shame for Emma Cunningham. She swept the reds away really nicely, but just misjudged the angle now for that black. And now it's a good chance maybe for Keri Griffiths to work her way around the table. Of course, that one free shot just lining herself up.
Yeah, it's just an opportunity to get it slightly easier. That you might as well do it when you've got the free shot.
Seconds.
First yellow dispatch then in the top left-hand pocket as we look on the overhead camera.
Yeah, this is a beautiful table. This is... when you're playing a frame of pool, if your opponent makes a mistake, this is the sort of table you want to come to the table to. It's just there. It's just... you can go 100 different ways about this finish. And you're pretty much safe whichever way you go. So this is just about concentration, really. They're so easy that you've just got to stay focused on them.
Yeah, just take every second available. Just map out that route. Just think of all the angles available. She's certainly working her way around the table nicely. 4 yellows remain.
Probably wanting to be straighter on this yellow to the middle. She's looking at the one to the left middle. And then she'd like to be straight or sort of with the cue ball nearest us low on the next one. But she might just have to readjust her route here. Still absolutely no problem. Just not necessarily the route she'd want. You sort of want to leave straight shots. And if she was straight to that one in the middle, she could then have been straight on every other shot near enough. That was nicely done.
Yeah, nicely played from Keri Griffiths. Just this looks obviously simple enough, but then obviously just has to make sure she gets the speed right and creates the opportunity to pot that yellow, and then the black, which she has just about.
Yeah, she's okay. Again, a fraction more angle than is perfect, but absolutely not a problem. Just needs to be careful reaching.
No problems for Keri Griffiths, and now the 8 ball remains, and well, this will certainly give her so much confidence. So Keri Griffiths for a 2-frame lead in this opening set, and she takes it. And what a start to this Ladies' Championship final. 2 frames to good in the opening set, and Emma Cunningham, a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, that's massive, especially in what is a comparatively short match. Only best of 3 sets, and each set best of 7. So 2-0 is big. Emma sort of needs the next frame here. She, I would never rule Emma Cunningham out of anything, but you do feel like it's big. It's big, this next frame for Emma.
Yeah, you certainly do. And just looking at Emma Cunningham's journey to the final, some good wins throughout the
Kerry
week.
Griffiths to break, leading 2 frames
Compared
to
to
0.
Keri, just a few sets dropped, but still some very good results.
Yeah, I think that's arguably a slightly tougher route to the final for Emma than Keri as well. So that doesn't necessarily give you all the information. Oh, she's screwed it off.
Well, would you believe it? Just when Keri has put herself in a 2-frame lead,
1 free shot. Visit.
she's in a foul, and that cue ball racing away into that top right-hand pocket as we look on the overhead camera. One free shot then for Emma Cunningham. Although it's not the easiest of routes for either colour.
No, I think she might just be. I thought she might just be moving that red, and I think she was just getting out of the way. I think yellows are definitely the option here. There's certainly more problems with red, particularly the red to the right-hand side of the table, whereas actually all the yellows go. The yellow that's next to that red I talked about is a little bit tricky. You've got to take it up the rail, and you might have to play that with a little bit of pace to get position on your next ball, but the yellows are still definitely the favourable route. And that's, I guess, why she's taking them while I was talking.
Well, you do feel like she does need this frame. Doesn't want to be going 3-0 down in this opening set. Big moments for Emma Cunningham in this Ladies' Championship final. Can she pull one back? She's certainly going around this very quickly. Confident.
Yeah, she's a quick player, Emma. She doesn't hang around. Fantastic to watch when she's really flowing. That's a really nice shot as well.
Almost like she's just not even having a second moment to think about the shot. She knows what she's doing and she executes it. 2 yellows remain. She's on a roll at the moment.
Yeah, to a certain extent. You'll find a lot of players play like that. They have their route in mind, and if they never waver from the position they think they're going to be in, they'll just get on with it. Some players like to check the route after each shot and readjust, but Emma's one of those that, as long as nothing goes wrong in her plan, she'll just carry on.
Well, Emma Cunningham, in a matter of moments, has got herself back into this opening set, but it's still Keri Griffiths who leads by 2 frames to 1 in this Ladies' Championship final. Welcome back to the 888 Poker IPA World Pool Championships. This is the ladies' final first up this afternoon, and it's already been a dramatic start with Keri Griffiths leading by 2 frames to 1. It's Emma Cunningham with the break in this 4th frame.
Yeah, it's come out really nicely actually. Looks like she's on that yellow to the middle. And once she clears those 2 yellows that she's closest to, this is a relatively simple finish. So I think it's all going to be about this first shot. She just wants to be on one yellow and then the other. It's just whether she can hold it or nudge into that yellow to give her a nice angle to get on the next ball. She could choose a different route.
30 seconds.
But I would imagine, as those are the 2 most difficult balls to get on, and she's got a chance to do that now, she'll probably go that way. She's going top pocket. What a shot. What a shot.
Wow. What a shot from Emma Cunningham there. That was absolutely superb. That's the best shot we've seen.
Yeah, she obviously decided she couldn't hold for the other yellow to the middle by going towards the middle. And she didn't want to risk bumping into it because she could have pushed it safe. So actually, she went for the much, much tougher pot and got it. And that was a superb shot.
The pace and control
30 seconds.
on that shot from Emma Cunningham. And now just to think about the remaining yellows. Those 3 clustered around the bottom left
Extension call.
side of the table. Just an extension call for Emma, just to have another moment to think about it.
Yeah, I think because she wasn't 100% certain of where the cue ball was going to end up after that first shot, she knew she'd be okay. But it's almost like she's taken her first shot and now she's planning her route.
30 seconds.
Oh, she's underdone it.
And you can see the disappointment in her face after that opening brilliant shot. And she's just undercooked that. And now Keri Griffiths is up to the table with these reds. But see what is first on now for Keri.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world for Emma. I suspect she'll come back to the table because Keri's got real issues. She's got 2 reds that absolutely don't go anywhere. She could take one as a double, I suppose, but I can't see the value in that. So I think this will be a sort of containing safety. She'll be trying to get snooker out of this, but it's very, very tough. Doesn't want to leave the plant, and that is mighty close.
It certainly is. It looks like there is just an angle available.
Yeah, she's
for Emma.
okay. Emma's on the plant. She now has... Her next problem, really, is the yellow to the bottom right of the table. Nice plant, they don't want to be touching. No, she's okay. I don't think she can get on that. I think she might have to move something. She could try and clip the yellow her cue's closest to there off the red that's covering that, but that's a very, very tough shot. And that's exactly what she's played. That is another stunner from Emma Cunningham.
2 brilliant shots in this 4th frame from Emma Cunningham, and now it just does feel that she's getting in the groove a little bit, although plenty of work still to be done.
Yeah, if she's on that ball to the middle with a nice angle, she might take it now. Again, just because it's tricky to get onto. In an ideal world, you'd love to be straight or close to straight on that and then take the black. But because it's going to be difficult to get close to straight, I think she's going to have to go another way and play for the black into the middle. She's massively overscrewed that. She's still okay. I think she can take the yellow to the bottom right and use the red that's just above it as a blocker to hold for the next shot. But it's just running a little bit of a risk. She wanted to screw back to be straight on the yellow she's closest to, or close to straight.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, it's left it. She's blocked. She's managed to block that bottom right-hand pocket, but ideally, I think she'd have liked that to have gone in and then potentially finished off that other yellow.
And that was what I said. Because she overscrewed that, she actually took her eye off the pot because she was so focused on keeping the cue ball for the next one, and she's just overcut it.
Seconds.
Yeah, she could find herself in trouble here, Emma. Oh, but probably not as much trouble as Keri would have liked to have put her in. I don't know if she can see the potting angle here, but it's not a particularly difficult swerve shot.
Yeah, still the opportunity here for Emma Cunningham.
Thirty seconds.
She's taking her time, Emma Cunningham, just trying to figure out this angle.
Oh,
Missed
yeah,
again.
she fancied it cushion first, but she's hit it too thick. It was tough. And it turns out that Keri's safety shot did just about enough. But I'm not sure that she's got a particularly easy pot on, so Keri might have to look for another safety here, and it's not an easy table to get the cue ball safe on. Those yellows being close to both pockets and sort of as far away apart as they can get means you've got to get close to a red to block both of them.
30 seconds.
It's a fine effort, and I think it's certainly covered the potting angle on the yellow up the cushion.
Yeah, I think it has. There is definitely room to get to the yellow, but I don't think, well, it doesn't look like it's...
Now, you've got to be careful. If she can only see that half ball as well, then the cue ball's flying into the corner pocket, so she can see it full. It's not too bad. And again, Keri's in a similar position. She doesn't have a huge amount to go at. There's a very, very tough shot to the right middle, which would, to be fair, really open things up. But it's so tough, and if you don't get it, you lose the frame. So I think she might just opt to stay with the safety.
Thirty seconds.
Oh, she's found it in that top left-hand corner. She went for it, and, well, brilliantly played from Keri Griffiths.
Yeah, she's cued that so well. That's tough. She was close to the cushion, full length of the table, near enough dead straight. They are not as easy as they look.
And now has the opportunity arise for Keri Griffiths to try and work her way around the table.
Again, it's not come out fabulously nicely for her. She'd like to be a little bit further away from this red. I think she's going to have to take this one on. But she's got to dig at it just to make sure she doesn't double kiss. I wonder if we might see another safety here. It looks like actually she could play off the red nearest the cue ball on the right and possibly leave a total snooker for Emma to get out of. She could also, if she's feeling really adventurous, take the double on, carry on the clearance.
30 seconds.
Which is exactly what she's done. Another great shot.
That's three. Brilliant shots from Keri Griffiths there. Now just setting up her next one. She's really taking advantage now in this 4th frame. There is an angle there available for that bottom left-hand pocket.
.30 seconds.
Again, nicely played from Keri Griffiths. Now just these 2 reds remain, but how does she go about them?
Yeah, she's got 2 options here. She can try and land on the red straight into the middle and just sort of drop it in. Or she could probably hold the cue ball roughly where the red she's playing now is and play it as a double. Just what she decides to do, what she's more confident on, really.
30 seconds.
Sometimes I think the players forget that the referee has to call 30 seconds and they end up getting back up just to allow themselves to refocus after the referee's spoken. She's played into it. How's it come out? Oh, just about okay. Yeah, it's not too bad. That was a really aggressive option from Keri.
Certainly was. Initially, it looked like she'd reduced the angle for herself, but I agree. She looks like she's just about okay.
That would have been a little bit harsh, but it was a little bit dangerous the way she played that, because the red could have stuck back on the cue ball and she could have had absolutely no shot at all. It would literally have been frame over. She's played it well and she's come out almost as perfect as you could on the black to the top corner there.
Well, Keri Griffiths with the chance to go into a 3-1 frame lead in this opening set. What a moment this could be, and be only a frame away taking this opening set. I don't blame her for taking every moment available for her. Can she take this 4th frame? Yes, she can. A little wobble into that top right-hand pocket. But Keri Griffiths is in prime control of this opening set.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I wouldn't have been surprised if the camera was on her face after that shot, if there was a little puff of the cheeks. It was just marginally wide, but it was a plenty good enough shot to go in, to be fair. If that had rattled and stayed up, it would have been extremely harsh.
It certainly will be, as we just look at the overall competition throughout the week. And that's how we've reached our 2 finalists today. Keri Griffiths against Emma Cunningham.
Yeah, absolutely. Firm friends, these 2. Really good friends. I spoke to Emma before the match, actually, and I asked her what it's like to play your friend in a World Championship final, because it's not the first time Emma's done that. Emma's friends with nearly everyone on the tour. She's just that kind of person. And she said to me, and I love this quote, she said, "When you're playing your friends, kill them and then be friends again afterwards."
Well, that cue ball nearly ricocheted into that top left-hand pocket, and that would have been another error from the break. But she's safe.
Yeah, talking of killing, and it is kill or be killed, it looks like Keri might be killing Emma here. This is a really nice chance on reds. It's a good opportunity.
Yeah, it certainly does. Those reds look mightily inviting for Keri Griffiths. Oh, but she's missed the first one. She's covered the pocket, but she'll be mightily
it doesn't
disappointed.
matter that she's covered the pocket because she hasn't got a colour yet. So reds are, well, if they weren't inviting before, they certainly are now. And this is massive for Emma, because I imagine Emma was sitting in her seat there thinking, this is not a difficult clearance. Don't get me wrong, they're not drop-ins, they're not tap-ins, but if you mind your work, they were all there. And all of a sudden, Emma has the opportunity that she would have been fearing had Keri not missed that pot. So she'll be absolutely delighted.
And again, as we saw in the third frame, wasting no time about it, going about her business very quickly. Like you said, Dan, she's one of the quicker players on the tour.
Yeah, it's one of those clearances where all the balls, all of one colour go. So it's almost a child's dot-to-dot drawing. You just have to work your way around. And as long as you work your way around in the right order, there's not a huge amount that can go wrong. You know, barring a simple missed pot. As long as you take the balls in the right order, you don't really have to do a lot with the cue ball.
Seconds.
Just these two reds remaining, and there is that angle for that red in the centre of the table. Well, now one of the more easier reds now to get and to create that angle to pot the 8 ball, which she has.
That's beautifully controlled, that shot. That's really, really well controlled.
Well, Emma Cunningham, in a moment of a flash, is now back to 3 frames apiece and sends this opening set of this Ladies' Championship final to a deciding frame.
Yeah, that was a massive let-off for Emma, actually, because Keri could quite easily have taken the clearance that Emma just did. It was almost identical. The one thing I would say is that, like I said, Emma's control on that last shot over the pocket. Shots over the pocket look like the easiest shots there are, and from a purely potting point of view, that is absolutely true. But actually, you don't necessarily want to have to play position out of a pocket. It's one of the more difficult places to get position from because you've got the knuckles there and they can throw the cue ball out. So she's taken that out of the equation in that shot completely and just screwed up the table. Brilliant shot, but a dry break.
Well, as you can see by the scoreline, just getting a little bit ahead of myself there. It's only reduced the deficit to 3-2, so still an opportunity there for Keri Griffiths to take this opening set. Dry break there from Emma Cunningham.
Seconds.
I think Keri's chosen to go reds there just because reds have control in this frame. I'm not sure that this is necessarily a frame-winning chance. It could be if she gets nicely on. Her problem area is definitely the 2 reds to the left of the table as we look now. Now, it looks like they might plumb, and if they do, then this is a decent chance. But it's one of those plants where you need to be perfect on it, because otherwise you could risk end up either going behind the yellow or sending the cue ball too far down the table if you hit it too hard. So it's a chance, but it's a tricky one, and it's all about that area.
Seconds.
Wants to be high on this. I think she's just come slightly to the wrong side. I think what she'd love to have done there would have been to be the high side of that red so that she could come up the table and take the plant next. I don't think she can do that now, but that would have given her the insurance of the red to the left middle still being there.
Thirty seconds.
Yeah, see, she's had to leave this red long now. It's not too bad an angle. She can probably top up the table. And if she finishes straight enough on the plant, she's okay. She just wants to be straight on it.
This is an important next shot now for Keri Griffiths. Of course, got to pot the red, but then, like you said, Dan, just to get that angle for the plant and the bottom end of the table. And it's got to be perfect as well.
30 seconds.
Yeah, see, she's had to leave it thin, so this is dangerous. It could still work out really nicely, but she's just got to be careful and possibly trust slightly to luck.
Big shot now. This is for Keri Griffiths. Can she get this one right?
Yeah, that was the danger. Just by not being that straight, not only did it make the position tricky, it made the plant itself tricky. And Emma will just be relieved to have a chance here, although she's going to have to play safe. She's got to make sure she gets it safe. That ball over the pocket, if she leaves even the thinnest snick on that or the easiest off the cushion shot, it's not a problem for Keri, because all she's got to do is hit that red, it drops, and she's bang on the next one. So Emma's got to be careful, and she really needs to force Keri into a foul, actually. That is not good enough.
No, now definitely an angle for Keri Griffiths to work her way down the rail. I can see it in her facial expressions there. I think she just thinks she's got a chance here.
Well, yeah, she's got an option now. She's got two options, essentially. She can just drop this in and drop on the red, but then it leaves a slightly tougher shot to get to the black. Or she can stun this and try and move the red over to the pocket.
30 seconds.
But again, it's dangerous. She could finish on nothing, or she could finish on a really tough shot. Oh, she screwed it back. That's a really nice shot.
Nicely done from Keri Griffiths, and now just that final red on the bottom cushion as we look at it now. But then got to make sure she creates enough room for her to pot the 8 ball.
Again, not ideal. She needs to play this with pace. And down the rails, pace is difficult. What a shot. But she's massively overdone it. She's actually... Oh.
Well, would you believe it, Keri Griffiths? Well, that is a really horrible angle now. It's a lot of work to do now.
It might cut back. It's very, very thin if it does. Yeah, if that does cut back, and it looks like it probably does, she's certainly losing the cue ball. Probably got a bit of insurance, because she's going to be cannoning into the yellows, and that will take a lot of the pace off the cue ball.
Do you feel like this is big moments in this Ladies' Championship final? If Keri Griffiths can pull this one off, she'll go into a 1-0 set lead in this final, and that'll be massive.
Yeah, 1-0 race to 2. It's pretty enormous.
30 seconds.
Here we go, Keri Griffiths with the chance for a 1-0 set lead.
Oh, she's gone off the angles. Good effort. How's her luck? Oh, I'll tell you what. She has really got away with one there. This is going to be a tricky little safety shot for Emma now. That is a lovely effort. And it might have gone in off the yellow if she hadn't put the cue ball in the way, to be fair. Certainly brave going for that. There's no holding back by Keri.
Certainly a big shot on the big occasion.
30 seconds.
Wasn't scared to try it.
Yeah, Emma's played a nice safety there.
Total snooker. Time running.
This is one of those shots where you've essentially just got to find your best route and try and pot the black. Because Keri was fortunate to get away with her last shot. Although it was a good effort, she actually left Emma absolutely nothing. And she was lucky with that. Because it was a little bit wild. This time, she'll do well to leave Emma nothing. Well, this is some swerve. It didn't grab. She wanted that to grab before it hit the cushion.
Free shot, 1 visit. Time running.
So with that foul, a free shot now for Emma Cunningham to do as she pleases. Opts to go for that bottom left-hand cushion.
Yeah, she won't be too disappointed. Probably didn't want to pot that though. Probably would have been happy had that sat over the pocket. That's a lovely breakout, but again, it's just that yellow's gone tricky. We'll see how attacking Emma's feeling here, because she could just choose to dolly the cue ball up behind that yellow, just bump it off the cushion, put it in the way. It's a slightly risky tactic, because you never want to give your opponent another shot if you don't have to, and she's chosen not to. But that yellow is just a slight problem. She cues this really, really well now. She may be able to move it. Yeah, now the safety. Yeah, that's fair enough. She thought she'd have a go first. Knew that she had that opportunity there anyway. So why not have a go at it first? Good thinking from Emma.
Yeah, clever play from Emma Cunningham there. Now just great. Well, obviously another really awkward opportunity for awkward shot, I should say, for Keri Griffiths. Nothing really much she can do here.
It sort of goes to show that Emma is attacking. Both these players are attacking, but not reckless. Keri really needs a hit here. Doesn't matter about getting it safe. She needed that to hit, because now Emma's got that free shot. I always think when you've got a ball on the rail like that tied up and you're in a snooker, all you have to do is just make sure you get contact. Just make sure you don't give away the foul, because you just need to make your opponent work for the frame. And I think Keri, what a shot that is. I think Keri was trying to be too precise, is what I'm saying. She was trying to get Emma in behind the black, make it really difficult. But if she guaranteed the hit, Emma would have still had work to do.
And now Emma Cunningham to send this into a deciding frame in this opening set. Nothing to separate these two. What has been a great start to this Ladies World Championship final.
It's had everything so far. It's been a brilliant game. Certainly had drama.
It certainly is, yeah. Great shots, missed opportunities. We're
Well,
watching a great final here.
Emma will be delighted to still be in this. Keri missed a brilliant chance off her break in the last, and actually then made work of a decent chance off Emma's break. So Kerry's had the chances in the last couple of frames and hasn't taken them, which is
Keri
sort
Griffiths
of
to break.
essentially the
3 frames
opposite from
all.
the first few
Time
frames.
running.
It's kind of topsy-turvy, and I think it deserves this decider in the first set.
So a big break here needed from Keri Griffiths. What can she produce in this 7th frame?
That's the worst break she's hit by a long, long way. It's actually Kerry's first dry break as well. Fortunately for Keri, hasn't left a great chance. If Emma's going to go for these, she's got some serious developing to do. Particularly that cluster at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, my eyes were just asphyxiated on those balls at the bottom end. Opted to go for reds, wasting no time again.
Oh, she didn't want to pot that. Yeah, you see her face there. She's a little bit surprised that dropped in. I think I am too, to be honest. She was just trying to cover the pocket there. It would have really given her control of the frame. And the fact that she's potted it has given her a real problem now. She might be in a position where she's forced to chase a very difficult finish.
"30 seconds.
Just that red in between those 2 yellows. Just wondering how she will figure that
She's
one out.
looking at an incredibly aggressive shot here. She's trying to play this red off the right hand of those 2 yellows and pot it, and she's missed it completely. That was probably a 1 in 5, 1 in 6 for Mark Farnsworth, to be honest.
5 of those yellows clustered at the bottom end of the table, and then for Keri, those 2 yellows. Just one at the top end, one in the middle of the table.
Again, this is after Emma failed to cover that pocket. Kerry's in a sort of similar position to Emma was at that point. It's all about whether she can find a safe option or whether she decides to attack. It's a difficult situation to attack from, but she's going to. Oh, she's okay.
So have another look on the replay. She's managed to separate those 2 yellows, which were on the bottom cushion.
Yeah, I mean, she certainly hasn't made the finish any harder, but I'm not sure how much easier it is now. Her main problem is still the yellow closest to the cue ball.
30 seconds.
Yeah, it does cut along the rail, but the red next to it really cuts off the opportunity to get to a nice angle to do so. It's a good pop, solid pop.
It certainly was from distance. Nice shot there from Keri Griffiths, but now still plenty of work to be done. What's her next shot here? Is it those ones between the two reds? Is that the next one she could be looking at?
I'm not convinced she can see that.
30 seconds.
I'll be honest, I'm not 100% certain. The one to the right, she could try and break everything out. Yeah, that was a really nice effort. I think she was trying to bump into the red to leave herself on the yellow along the rail. It was a good effort. Now she's got a problem. The nice thing is she's probably not going to leave a finish for Emma, because Emma's got a ball in the same problem area. They've both sort of got the same issue where both their balls are making the other ones difficult.
30 seconds.
That is so attacking. That is such an aggressive shot. And actually, she's fortunate not to have potted that. And she's even more fortunate not to have left Emma very much at all.
Yeah, because if she had potted that top left, it could have given the angle down the rail on that left-hand side. But now, sort of similar to Kerry, just a lot of work to be done here for Emma Cunningham.
She's just a bit lucky, Kerry, there, to be honest. She's gone for a pretty outrageous pot to get her yellow out. She's finished frozen as the yellow, so if she had potted it, she'd be in a lot of trouble. And she hasn't left Emma a huge amount to go at. Oh, that's not quite worked out for Emma. I think she played that as a little bit of a shot to nothing. But she's left Kerry options. Kerry can cut the yellow at the bottom of the table. She can also double the yellow to the top of the table. And for all the world, that yellow the yellow by the black spot looks like it will go into the right corner. So first real chance in this frame to Kerry.
30 seconds.
But it's not an easy one. Oh,
watching that yellow,
off.
Unbelievable. The yellow's gone in, but the cue ball is also in that right centre pocket. What unbelievable drama. What an amazing twist in this 7th frame.
Well, I said first chance to Kerry, and it was a difficult one, and I was right. But first real good chance goes to Emma. This is a massive opportunity to take the set.
Of course, one free shot for Emma Cunningham, but still going to pocket that red at the top of the table.
Yeah, that was one of those where there was really no value in actually using your free shot to break out a ball or anything. She just got herself into a nice position and made sure she was in prime position for the next ball. She's underdone that massively, though. That's a poor shot by Emma. She's having the cue ball cleaned again. Clearly, she feels like that wasn't a good contact.
Time running.
I'm fairly certain that the red she's pointed her cue out there doesn't go to the corner pocket. In fact, I'm absolutely certain. Oh, that's a brilliant recovery. What a shot, Emma Cunningham. Superb.
Brilliant work from Emma Cunningham. And now just this red to negotiate. It is touching that yellow. It looks like it's just touching it.
Because of that poor contact in her last shot, she wanted to be on this one first because it was much, much easier. And in the end, she had to screw back with side off the cushion and finish plumb on that red, and she did it. Great shot. and this black for the set.
What an opportunity to take a big giant step towards the Ladies' Championship title, and it's Emma Cunningham who takes this opening set by 4 frames to 3. A brilliant opening set in this Ladies' Championship final, and here are the match stats.
Yeah, there we go. Emma's potted an unusually high number of balls for 7 frames, and what that shows you is actually early on she was getting in first and messing up the finish. As the match has gone on, it's sort of, the worm has turned ever so slightly, but Emma had the chances there.
Well, what a start to this Ladies' Championship final, and it's Emma Cunningham who takes one giant leap towards that title. Well, welcome back to the 888 Poker IPA World Pool Championship Ladies Final here at the Bradford Hotel, and we've already had the opening set, which has gone to Emma Cunningham by 4 frames to 3, and now we move on to the second set, and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined with Deb Birchall. Deb, how are you doing?
Hi Bradley, yeah, I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. What a final we've already had so far. That first set just twisted and turned.
Yeah, I was watching, I saw, I thought Kerry had some good chances there and sort of didn't quite take them out, and then Emma changed into the clinical self she is and took those finishes. She was really good.
No, she certainly was, and just see that opening break in this second set from Kerry. Just a bit of work. Yeah, just an awkward queuing angle here for Emma Cunningham to go for those yellows.
Yeah, she's trying to see if she can split the yellow out near the middle bag by landing on that yellow on the side rail.
30 seconds.
Just using all the time she has. Confident pot there from Emma Cunningham.
Yeah, it's gone a bit awry. She would have liked a different outcome.
Yeah, there was a phone.
30 seconds.
Long opportunity here for Emma Cunningham, but she gets it.
It's a great pot there. She's been queuing really well all week. She's got that angle now, so she can use to split that yellow out. She may be able to double it, to be fair.
Yeah, it'd be a very nice shot if she could pull this one off into the left centre pocket.
It's quite narrow. She might be looking to take it off the cushion and in off the red, into the middle. And that'll break the black up as well.
Just this final remaining yellow at the bottom end of the table. Just got to figure out that yellow though, in that cluster of reds on the right side of the table.
Yeah, I think she's looking at hitting the bottom red and knocking the two reds up into the yellow. It's come out pretty well. Just getting back on it is going to be difficult.
Yeah, it will be. Just got to figure out the best route now from this yellow in the top left-hand corner. Almost like a wall of reds defending that yellow.
Thirty seconds.
How do you approach this one, Deb? In seeing that yellow just
I think
on
just
that side.
screwing it off the right-hand side cushion, just to try and land underneath it so she can break into the two reds and the black. Oh no, she's playing it with top, I think. Excellent. I don't think she's come far enough. No.
Total snooker.
Yeah, total snooker call by the referee. Yeah, no real angle, well, no angle at all on that yellow.
It was very difficult to get over to the right-hand side of the table, whatever she did there. Oh, good effort.
Foul. One free shot. One visit.
That was always going to be difficult. She went for it.
Yeah, the
Nearly
jaw
came
shot.
off.
Yeah, the jaw shot up into the yellow and in off the red and split the black out in one go. It was a tough ask, but she loves a good go at that.
Now a chance for Keri Griffiths just to assess the table. Asking for the cue ball to be cleaned again. A few problems with it throughout this match so far.
Yeah, I've had a few kicks myself in the tournament. There's been quite a few, and Emma had that massive one just in the last frame. It's a great shot. I don't know if that yellow's covered the bottom right-hand bag to make it a bit awkward now. That's the only problem with that. Bottom left-hand as we now look at the screen.
Yeah, just looking on the overhead camera now. Just that yellow, as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner.
Seconds.
Be a little bit straighter than she would have liked.
Yeah, it does make it hard for that second to the left of the top
I mean,
two reds.
She may look at the snooker here. I think it's probably a sensible option, but it depends how she feels about the clearance, really. Yeah.
Time out.
I think that's a good shot.
Snooker.
That's the right choice. I think she could have gone a bit gung-ho there and paid for it, so that was a cracking shot, really.
Yeah, clever play from Keri Griffiths, making Emma Cunningham now have to work for it and think of something really creative.
I think Keri would have been like to be behind the other red, but she didn't quite get enough on it.
Seconds.
Really just assessing how she's going to play this, Emma Cunningham. This would be an amazing shot if she does, and she's done it.
Again, it was very difficult just to get near the black even if she potted it, and then it's opened up all the reds for Keri. It's not the easiest of first visits I've ever seen. And I'm not even sure if the black goes in the middle, I can't tell.
Yeah, there might just be enough of an angle.
I think it slips past, yeah.
Yeah. First got to negotiate these 5 reds remaining on the table. Need to go long.
Yeah, she plays in such a way that the white comes across to the right. Yeah.
Well, this opening frame of this second set is all of a sudden going to be quite tactical.
Oh.
Both players, certainly Keri, being patient.
This is the kind of shot Emma loves, though, just off the cushion, in, off 3 other cushions, land on the black. It's just perfect. It's very Emma.
30 seconds.
She likes to solve a puzzle. Oh, lucky.
Foul.
That was very unlucky from Emma Cunningham. She went for it and
running.
nearly came off. And now look at the spread of those reds around the table. That one just to the left of the rail, maybe just something to think about for Keri.
I'll probably be looking at taking that down the cushion to the corner and leaving yourself on the one towards the black spot.
Time running.
Depends on how she feels, really, again. I mean, these two at the top are quite awkward.
So still plenty of work for Keri Griffiths.
This makes me feel like the black doesn't go, or she wouldn't play it. Great shot.
Really clever from Keri Griffiths. Kept the black in the same position, just pushing that yellow away. And even that yellow is now even tricky for Emma.
She's just going to tuck her behind another red at the top of the table. She's okay, but I think she would definitely like to slide past the red and run behind the other one.
Total snooker. Time running.
Yeah, she's totally snookered Emma Cunningham, but I agree. I think she would have just liked to have been tucked around that red a bit more.
I think she might be looking at the jaw again.
She could pull this off. This would be a great shot.
Foul.
Close.
One free
Very
shot.
close.
One visit. Time
Went
running.
for it again and nearly came off.
Yeah. She's unlucky.
Tough shot there from Emma Cunningham.
I think Keri just needs to slide this up the corner and then just go from there. No, that's a great shot, actually getting on a bad ball.
Yeah, using the free shot well, just making that red far more accessible now on the left centre.
I think she's just worried about screwing into it, really. I don't know if she wants to. She wants to try and screw past it.
30 seconds.
She played on it. I mean, that's fine. I mean, you know, your yellow's always safe at the bottom. I mean, you can just roll it through and you're still on another ball. She might even go for another snooker, but I can't see it. Because if Emma just gets one of those jaw shots right, it could be frame over. I don't think it's worth the risk.
So work to be done now for
30 seconds.
Oh, cracking shot.
three remaining now for Keri Griffiths to negotiate, and then that black in a nice looking position in the middle of the table.
Shot straight down the middle.
Nicely done from Keri Griffiths. Now just these two.
I think you should just take the bottom one and screw up so it's straight into the middle and straight into the middle to finish off nicely. Lovely.
Really nicely played from Keri Griffiths, and now just two shots away from a opening frame lead in this second set. Nicely done, and
This will really settle her down. I think she might feel a bit hard done to by not winning the first set, to be honest. So this will really help.
yeah, it certainly will. Keri Griffiths for an opening frame lead in this second set, and she gets it. And Keri Griffiths leads this opening frame by 1-0. And we'll be back after the break for much more in this second set. welcome
Second
back
frame.
to the
Kerry Griffiths to
888
break.
Poker IPA
Leading
World
1 frame
Pool
to 0.
Championship
Time
Ladies
over.
Final. What a brilliant week we've had so far, and what a game we've had so far. Opening set went to Emma Cunningham, but Keri Griffiths, I should say, Rachel, don't know where that came from. Keri Griffiths.
I think Rachel came from the fact that Emma beat Rachel in the semi-final, my other half.
Yeah, I was just briefly looking at the route to the final for Emma Cunningham. There was a good semi-final between her and Rachel.
Yeah, very good. I think Rachel took the first set. Well, no, Rachel took the first set 4-3. Emma was unlucky, went in off the black, but she'd applied a lot of pressure to her. And then the chances Rachel had quite a few, to be fair, in the second set, and both of them were having quite a few kicks. But yeah, Emma took the second set and then just carried on. Quite clinical again, and finished off the third set quite comfortably.
Just looking at these yellows, those two pair of yellows in the bottom right-hand corner of the table. Just got to figure out how she plays those.
She could play either one of them, to be honest, but I think my preference would be the inside one.
30 seconds.
That's a great shot and a lovely kiss as well.
Yeah, nice control on the shot from Keri Griffiths, and set herself up nicely for either option, really. She could go for the one in the centre, but she's looking to finish off the other yellow in this corner.
It's just a matter of just getting on the top yellow now and working out how to do that. It's a bit of a stretch.
So she's got it though. Done very well. Now just those two yellows. This could be a quick clean up, although I think there's just an angle on that 8 ball for that one in the corner.
Yeah. I mean, she's got options. I think there's a good couple of options. You could either screw across and go behind the yellow into the top right hand corner, or you could go through with top and land into the middle. Yep, she's choose the middle.
And now just that yellow in the right centre pocket, and then just has to make sure she creates a good enough working for that 8 ball.
Yeah, I can't see it being a problem. It's quite open. She's just got to cue it well. Oh, she's trying to use the red. Brilliant shot.
Yeah, she's done very well there as Keri Griffiths. And now just the 8 ball remains, and this could be a very quick frame indeed, and to suddenly go into a 2-frame lead in this second set.
Yeah, just what she needs. Come on. Oh, it's a good black.
Really nicely done from Keri Griffiths, and she races into a 2-frame lead and puts the pressure back on Emma Cunningham. And like you said, Deb, I think that'll just settle her down after the opening set.
Yeah, she's done well there to get them. You see the few of the bunnies behind Emma there, her county team.
Cheering
Third
on
frame,
all
Emma
the
Cunningham
way.
to break, trailing
Emma
2
Cunningham
frames to
to
0.
break in this 3rd frame, and really needs this now. Doesn't want Keri to be racing into a 3-frame lead.
Looking dry.
Certainly is. Well, they all seem to sort of be clumped together.
Yeah, I think it was the first break dish from Keri there, wasn't it? I think if she had a slightly easier pot to start with, I think these would be gone as well. The yellows look favourable. Well, again, it depends how you get them out, but to me,
30
it
seconds.
depends how she can get the pot first.
Yeah, its first shot's important for Keri. Stabs it in.
Good shot. It's come out slightly awkwardly. I think the one in the sort of middle of the table on its own, I think that's possibly the next pot, but it depends if she can see that little cluster of 3 enough to pot one in the left-hand corner.
Thirty seconds. Extension call.
Extension called from Keri Griffiths. Using all her time available just to work this out.
Just wants to play this in such a way she's leaving herself another yellow, basically. It's very difficult.
30 seconds.
Oh, she's gone for the double.
Yeah, went for the double. Hasn't come off.
I think she just played it slower and tried to get the bag. If it didn't go in, I think would have been a bit more sensible. I think looking at these, Emma's going to have a good chance of clearing them up. Yeah, she knows it as well.
Yeah, just a bit of a frown from Keri. And Emma is well capable, and when she gets in a roll, she's very quick.
Yeah. I said, I was commenting earlier to my partner, I said I just think she might have been a bit too quick in the first set for her. I know she is quick generally, but she was just not as calculated as I've seen before. I don't know if that was adrenaline maybe, but...
Yeah, mix of adrenaline and nerves, and again, just a mistake there from Emma Cunningham.
I think not just quite calculated enough. I think, she does take a little bit longer than that normally. And I do think she's playing a bit pacey for me. Just these little mistakes keep creeping in just when she's just holding back a few more seconds.
Controlled shot there into the bottom right pocket from Keri.
I don't know if she tried to cover it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think she left herself a bit of a difficult shot. Maybe even try a plant.
Yeah, I was about to say, how would you go about those 3 yellows?
Well, the top one you could either pot in the left-hand corner, or you could possibly take it off the other yellow. I could call about 20 shots here.
Well, they're all viable options, but
just hit a cushion, that yellow. I think she may have left a gap down the side for the red. But there's not a lot else, really. She's played a clever shot. Emma could slice the red, definitely, but the white would be quite flyy all over the table. But it'd probably land on the red though.
Yeah, it's always that element of risk, isn't it, when you're just sort of having to slice it in, and it's always that fear of just no control on the cue ball.
Don't know if she can see anything else enough to do anything with it. She's maybe able to see the one near the black. Oof.
Well, she could see more of it than we thought we could on the screen.
That was a cracking effort, and if it was in, she'd have cleared those up definitely. It's a great effort.
Sometimes these players, obviously, when you're down at the table, can see more than we can.
Definitely.
Just that angle created, and that would have been brilliant. And I agree. I think she could have gone on to have a real good chance of cleaning up the table. Now, what can Keri Griffiths do? Those 4 yellows at the bottom end.
Yeah, there's a plant on there, definitely. The top of the 4 yellows to the bottom right-hand corner, and it will kick the other yellow off the cushion. Oh, that was perfectly good for her.
Yeah, nicely executed from Keri.
She's very steady, very methodical, very calm.
Yeah, she never seems to be flustered, does she? She's
No.
very, she just paces herself around the table and just sort of gives herself every sort of moment and angle to have a look at every shot.
That's just how she's in general. She would have liked a bit more angle than that. She's going to have to force this, possibly.
She's got these 2 yellows at the bottom end, but then she's got to figure out a way of getting up to the top end of the table as well.
These are always at risk of rattling because you're hitting them at such pace, and obviously the side, you can see the side she's putting on the white to get behind the other yellow. Oh, yep.
Just as you called it.
Yeah.
That was, yeah, she had to put some power into it, and that was always going to be the risk.
I think you either have to give yourself a big angle or at least some angle, and either way, just to give yourself that chance of getting up without having to force it.
Well, is this the chance now for Emma Cunningham to try and get herself back into this second set? Again, wasting no time about it.
Yeah, I can't see her missing these, to be fair. You need to be a little careful on where she's going and what she's going to leave the black. See, she left herself queuing over. She wouldn't have wanted to do that. Recovered really well.
Yeah, she has. That was important, actually, because then she now creates herself the opportunity for this one. Down the rail and into this bottom right-hand cushion.
There's a little bit of force required, but I don't think it's as difficult as one Kerry had. Oh, again.
Well, there we go.
The same shot. The force, it doesn't like it with the side to come back.
Twice we've seen it in this frame. One from Keri and Emma.
I thought she wouldn't have hit it as hard, to be honest. I just think she would have just cued it nicely, left herself sort of the bottom half of the table. She didn't need to do anything. The red was over the bag. It's again a bit of a I don't know. I can't explain it. A bit of a lack of thought, maybe a lack of care, maybe.
Is that going to happen time to time with Emma's game? Because we've seen it already in this final. She, once the opportunity's there, she doesn't waste it, does she? She doesn't mess about, and maybe it is just that maybe lack of thought that we see from Keri actually when she's around the table.
It's unusual, to be fair. I've seen Emma play lots and win lots, and I think the clinical side of her game hasn't been as strong in the last couple of matches I've seen her play, to be honest. Although obviously she's phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but for her, the sort of pace she's playing at is just slightly different. She didn't do this in the semi-final, she just played slower but more methodical.
30 seconds.
That's a great shot by Keri.
Yeah, really nice from Keri Griffiths, and now sets herself up for the yellow in the bottom right hand pocket, and with that black in a nice position. Just still got to work the angle though, but I'm sure she'll be absolutely fine. Although she's just sort of another look at it.
Yeah, I mean, you can play it two ways again. You've got options. You can either sort of top it off the bottom cushion, or you can screw across, depending how you feel. I think the screw across is possibly better for me, and Keri likes a screw across definitely as well.
30 seconds.
Oh,
And again, a massive opportunity missed, and she can see straight away she's really frustrated and almost a bit, well, can't really believe she's done that again.
I wasn't sure if there was a bad contact. It sounded a bit iffy, but I'm not sure.
Oh, this is important. This one's the simple one. Just now.
Again, she's straight down, and I don't know. To me, I think she would have preferred to have been a lot better on it. Now she's thinking about it when she should have maybe taken a few more seconds on the last shot.
Can she get this?
That's a cracking, cracking
and it
pot.
just drops in. That was agonisingly.
I really thought I was staying there, to be honest.
Well, Emma Cunningham, this frame has been quite extraordinary. It's twisted and turned.
Great black.
And that was a brilliant pop in the 8-ball. And Emma Cunningham is right back into this second set.
You can see the grit and determination in her face there. She really wants this title.
Yeah, she certainly does. Serial winner in the Ladies Tour, and she'd love to add the World Championship to her cabinet.
Yeah, Kerry's just talking to Rachel now. Just saying, oops. She's probably saying, yay, me. That's what I was that's what we were doing the other day. Playing mixed pairs.
Quite an extraordinary frame though, that one. Lots of opportunities missed from both players, and it was almost just one of those frames that who was going to actually finish it.
Yeah, I'm surprised Kerry didn't there, and Emma, to be fair, both of them, but I think it might hurt Kerry a little bit more and give Emma a bit more confidence.
Fourth frame, Keri Griffiths to break.
Yeah, huge
Leading 2
opportunity
frames
now
to
with the
1.
break for Keri
Well
Griffiths. She won't want to let Emma Cunningham back into this set.
That's a great break again. Watch the white, the white, the white, the white, the white. Oh, no. Ooh.
It was slowly rolling towards that left centre pocket. We were just watching it
It was going,
on
I
the
thought.
screens.
I really thought that was going. Oh, it's nowhere near.
Yeah, at first glance it did look like it was just slowly creeping towards that left pocket.
That overhead camera is very good.
Now, what's your first option here, Deb? What's your thinking with the either reds or yellows? What's the more favourite option?
Definitely yellows. Just due to the fact she's going to have a really difficult time potting a red from there. And they're all open, they're all there.
Yeah. She has a pocket, it looks like.
Yeah, she just wants to get on that awkward yellow, which is a great shot. Just a bit of sat-nav needed here, really.
Just getting to work now. Keri Griffiths. Just looking at all the available options. And I think that's the one, I think we've talked about it in the previous frame, but I think that's just the impressive side of Keri Griffiths, that she just takes her time and thinks about it.
I think she could even try and bring the black off, but I think because it goes, I don't think she'll bother. Lots of side there, lovely.
Yeah, lovely shot there from Keri Griffiths.
If she pots this yellow now in the bottom right corner and stuns up into the red in between the two yellows, that opens everything. She just slipped past, but I think she's okay. She's definitely got 2 good pots there. It's then getting back onto the ball. She just missed that red. Exactly what she wanted, the cannon.
Yeah, she was close to nearly pulling it off there, but yeah, I think just still a couple of options here for Keri.
She's going for the possibly middle option. I'm just wondering, concerned about where the white's going and then where it lands from this. Yep.
And there is that angle, just that gap between the red and the 8 ball there for the bottom left-hand pocket.
Just again, where's the white going? You can stun it behind the yellow. You can stun it off the cushion.
30 seconds. Extension called.
Just making sure of it, making sure that thinking time. Oh, it's a great hit. What a lovely cannon.
Absolutely beautiful from Keri Griffiths. We've seen them wobble in the previous frame, but that went straight in. And that was the control, and that was lovely.
Again, she's got a little bit of a problem that red's in the way. You'd like to just drop off it and land behind the black, but I just don't think. Maybe with a check side, but she may have to again play with pace and screw it off the cushion.
30 seconds.
Which may even cannon the black. Yeah, she's just looking at where the white's going now. She might be able to slip it past. She's playing with a lot of right hand side. Yes, not happy with that.
Yeah, this makes it really tough. And at the crucial moment as well.
Calling the back treble to the bottom left corner. No, they could cover the bag if it doesn't go in.
That'd be amazing.
Well, you know, get the white top cushion. She's going nowhere. She was just looking at the black, see if it went in off the red into the middle. Again, but then it'll bring the bad ball off for Emma if she doesn't get it. You should go for the treble into the middle. Yep, it's going. It's going. Oh!
Wow, what an effort that was from Keri Griffiths. You called it, Deb, and she went for it, and that was nearly absolutely perfect.
Oh, just off that jaw. The problem that Emma's got is that red on that cushion. Just looking to see if she can play that red off the other red to move it. Maybe go for the safety.
30 seconds.
Well, I think that was risky. I don't know if she can see that. I'm sure she can see that. Enough to play a double even. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can see a clear angle through.
I'm not sure she can double it, but she's looking at it, definitely.
30 seconds.
That's a big mistake, to be honest. All those balls to hide behind and left the big gap.
Oh, nearly again. It was a good effort. She had to put a lot of power behind it.
Again, I can't see Emma missing these, but I mean, they are literally there, but you know, she's just got to take a little bit more time and make sure of them all, and then she'll be fine. That's better. She seems a bit more calculated, looking round, having a good look.
Yeah, she's almost just been watching Keri be a bit more patient and thought, I think I'll do a bit more of that.
She's literally just slowed herself down a few seconds. That's all it is, and that's all she needs.
Well, this is a big Big moment in this second set. If she can get back to 2 frames all after being 2 down, this will be a huge momentum shift in her favour.
Massive. It won't bother Keri though. That's the other thing about Keri. She just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. She will never give up. Wow. I'm very surprised at that. The Emma Cunningham, that, you know, I'm really surprised she hasn't taken him out. But, you know, who am I? You know,
Well,
she's
true.
in a world final. She's, you know, making sure of everything. But, you know, there's some times when you just have to do it. And I think that was one of those times.
Yeah, very surprising there from Emma, but it's a tricky shot. She can't see that.
Yeah, I don't think
middle
it goes
pocket.
anywhere, which is, you know, it's obviously a very good shot from Emma. But, you know, leaving somebody a shot when they were all there like that is surprising. But, like I say, if she's not getting those clearances, she's going to feel less confident. You know, and it's going to make her play a bit safer. But Kerry's always got a chance of putting it, even if it goes in off a fluke. Good effort, but
now will Emma Cunningham go for the frame straight down again? Surely.
Yes, she definitely will. I don't blame her, to be honest. You know, if she felt a little bit uncomfortable, or it was slightly awkward for her, then, you know, she's played the right shot. But I don't personally like letting my opponent back at the table for, you know, maybe a fluke when you've got that golden opportunity.
Especially when the stakes are this high, and you know you could finish the job off, and it was interesting. But she's got the chance now, and she looks well set to be on her way. Just that red in the bottom left, and then that black looks very inviting.
Just some nice cueing, should be fine. Shot, very good shot.
Well, that is perfect for Emma Cunningham, and she looks set to be right back in this set, and she certainly is. Keri Griffiths and Emma Cunningham are all square in this second set, and Emma Cunningham is potentially 2 frames away from the world title.
Happier.
Well, a very good afternoon. Welcome back to the 888 Poker IPA World Pool Championship Women's Final. And here are the match stats. Emma Cunningham leading by 1-0. But this second set is all square and all to play for.
Yeah, I think if you look at the stats, they're very similar. I mean, look at the total frames, 6-5. It's a very close match. I think just the odd thing here and there. Ball's problem for the break. Kerry's had obviously very good breaks.
Well, Emma Cunningham, how do you feel her mindset must be at after being 2 frames down, is now back to 2-all. The momentum must be, feels like it's back in her favour again.
Yeah, she'll feel a lot better. If she gets a good break here, she could clear up very easily. And that is when she's dangerous. Yeah. Those reds are ready.
That was another solid break from Emma Cunningham.
She gets these down now. I can see her just taking the next 2 frames and that's your lot.
Well, Emma Cunningham with a big chance now, just almost taking a page of the book of Keri Griffiths and just taking her time again, but straight back down to work. Look at this bottom right-hand corner.
I don't know if she can see enough of that red for the middle. Oh, she maybe play it with some bend.
Be interesting to see if she can.
Yeah, loads of side, loads of bend on that. She's going to put left hand side on. Bend it round, perfect.
Lovely from Emma Cunningham, and now she must feel like she's on a bit of a roll. Those 2 reds, though, just sandwiched in the middle of the table. Something to think about.
She might possibly screw across into the black and yellow to leave herself the red in the top right hand corner. On the overhead, sorry. On the main cam, top left. If she could just nudge that yellow out of the way, it'd be perfect. Yeah.
Clever play from Emma Cunningham, and now opens up that left centre pocket. Just trying to work herself an angle for that final red.
I think she's going to have to bring it back rather than forward. It's very tricky to hold. Depends how she feels. So again, going to have to navigate quite well to get on the black from that red. Yep, looking at it in the top pocket.
30 seconds.
Yep.
Just this final red, and then just to work out, make sure she gets that angle for that 8-ball. You can see her thinking about it.
She may have what happened in the first shot in her mind here, but I don't think so. Oh no!
And it doesn't drop. What an opportunity
She was so worried again, like I say, about that first shot. Exactly what I was saying. The first shot she played, where she left it over there, she was conscious of the same shot again, and it's just put her off slightly. Yep, kicking herself.
Yeah, a little look to the heavens for Emma Cunningham.
I think Keri can pot this yellow in the left now, in the bottom left, and then land behind the 2 yellows that are stuck together. And then take one of them in the left centre.
Time out. Time running.
She could even look to play the skill shot and pot the red as well. Depends how she's feeling. That's very awkward.
Yeah, it certainly is.
I mean, she's got a wall of balls now in the middle. It's just that, you know, are we looking at possibly covering the path of the black with one of the yellows and then hiding behind the two that are together?
30 seconds.
Shot.
Total snooker.
That's a good shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly was. Giving no real option for Keri.
She can go off the top. She can go off the top cushion with right hand side, and pot it, and then you've got the open black. Is what I was kind of saying about the shot with covering that path. She couldn't do that then. Oh, she's put so much on that. Wow.
One free shot, one visit. Time running.
Blimey. Well, she did put a lot on that one. And now, one free shot for Keri Griffiths.
Time out.
You definitely got to split those two yellows first of all.
Time running.
Yeah, when you've got the free shot, you might as well.
She's got to make sure she hits the cushion. Yeah. That's perfect for her. And if that yellow she's on now goes to the middle, that'll be even better. You want to get rid of that as a difficult ball.
Not too sure how much of an angle she's got on it, but she seems
No, she's got the
good
plan.
enough.
Nice plant. I don't think that yellow went, or she would have taken it. That's a lovely shot. Lovely shot across to that yellow. It's a tough yellow though, if she wants to take it into the middle.
Yeah, it is. It's not the easiest of angles, is it?
I don't know if she'll take it, to be honest. I think she needs to look at something else. I think she's overhit that a little bit. She just wanted to be in between the two yellows rather than above them. She could play a shot to nothing here. She could play the yellow into the bottom left and swing round off two cushions and leave Emma snookered in case she misses it. But you won't want to be thinking about missing it. But
No, certainly when you know you've got the opportunity to take the
Seconds.
frame. I'm sure she'd love to get the job done.
no.
Massively frustrated now.
Oh dear. That's got to hurt. I mean, she's obviously going to go for the off the side rail and into the yellow to go into the middle. If she hits it anything other than full ball, she's going to leave Emma on if she misses it.
Big moments in
30
this
seconds.
fifth frame.
Yep. She's
Well-
going to be kicking herself for that one.
Emma Cunningham now with the chance, which I don't think she could believe she was going to get.
No.
And she gets it. And that is an unbelievable turn of events for Emma Cunningham. And now she knows she's only a frame away from becoming world champion. What a frame again.
Twists and turns. Oh, Keri was not going to be happy with that at all. She's had more than one chance, you know.
How do you come back from that? How do you, mentally anyway, when you know you've been 2 frames up in the first place and know you had the chance to go 3-2 up and now
You've got to
find yourself on the brink of defeat?
Yeah, you've got to just put it behind you and just play the next ball and the next frame and the next set and just do what you can. Just don't make the same mistake again. You've got to tell yourself not to do that again. She's playing a lot of shots with screw though.
Keri Griffiths to break.
I don't know if
Trailing
that's,
3
you know,
frames to 2. Time running.
possibly change that up slightly. That could have been played with side and top and a different way maybe. Especially if she'd been rattling the couple with a screw into the corners. That was an angry break.
A lot of force behind that one from Keri Griffiths. I think that's the most powerful break we've seen her play.
That was like Will Potter ball off this break. She has been breaking really well. Looking at the stats, she's had 12 balls off the breaks she's had. So very open again for her, and she should be thinking she should finish these. If she's going to go yellow, it's just that yellow in between. So just where the black is above the black, there's a yellow there with the 2 reds, just slightly awkward. Nice control. She could possibly play this in such a way that she leaves herself straight on the yellow next to it and then screws back off the cushion to leave the yellow into the middle, on the right middle. I think that's what she's looking at. She's played that well, I think. She can get behind it. And if she doesn't land to the middle, she's got it to the corner, so it's a really good effort.
Oh, she certainly needs things to go away in this frame.
She could have been a little bit straighter, but that's okay, I should think. Just going to have to dig again, and it's another where you just got to put a bit more into it just to get the part and to get the position you need. And those are the ones that rattle. Don't want to start doing commentator's curse or anything like that. I just think she's got a cue over that red, that's the problem, yeah.
30 seconds.
She might still take it to the top right hand corner. Then she's got to force her way through 2 reds, get on a plant, and it's just really difficult.
Yeah, a couple of difficult shots now for Keri Griffiths. She can't really do anything. Well, she can't really do anything really with that yellow. In the centre of the table looks probably we'll have to.
It's got to go top right. It's just the only way. This could be awkward. She could kick the yellow out and leave herself nothing. Yeah. I think I'm going to keep quiet. Every time I call it seems to be working and it's not nice. Told you it was about that yellow in the middle.
Yeah, it certainly is. It certainly is, and
it's horrible.
It is a really horrible ball, and no wonder she's taking all the time she has.
30 seconds.
I mean, she can get it in the middle, no problem. It's just where the white's going to get on that last yellow. Then she's going to have to really do something special with it and land on the black. And then not leave Emma a finish if she misses. It's a big ask. Oh, great effort.
It is a great effort, but now it gives Emma Cunningham a chance to come to the table and map out a route.
There was just a little bit too much there to do for Kerry, unfortunately. Again, Emma just needs to compose herself, take that little bit more time and care, and I can see her taking these out. That's a good shot to get that yellow away. Good control there.
Yeah, nice. Wasn't too sort of hasty in the amount of power. She could have maybe a bit of overcompensated, but just nice little delicate touch.
My mind is on the red at the top right hand corner. And does she need to force it? Is she going to leave herself on it so she doesn't have to force it? I can see the path she's looking at. She's looking at the one to the bottom left, the one to the top right that may rattle if she has to force it. She's not going to force it. She's going to roll it through and take the red into the left centre, red to the right centre, and black into the left middle.
Sounds simple.
Easy. I don't miss from here, ever. That's pretty perfect. She just needs to roll it in. I mean, even if she misses it, it's not like I see her missing it, don't get me wrong, but even if she does, it's not awful.
She has lined this up perfectly. Just to roll that in.
Lovely
she
shot.
Has.
Yeah, she's always got the angles. All she needs to do is roll them in. She's got the natural angles to roll through to her next ball. Nothing difficult. Oof.
That was a heart stopper for a second. But now Emma Cunningham, one red remaining. And it
Lovely
goes.
shot. Nice shot there. Beautiful.
That was lovely. And now Emma Cunningham to become world champion.
Well played.
And she gets it. And that was absolutely brilliant for Emma Cunningham to come from 2 frames down in this second set to take it by 4 frames to 2. A worthy champion.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant from Emma Cunningham. She'll be delighted with that. It was a superb final. Twisted and turned throughout. There were some brilliant frames.
Yeah, Kerry might be ruining a few chances there, and she'll feel a little disappointed she didn't take those out. But Emma's class, always has been, always will be, and she's going to be loving the fact she's now world champion.
Well, Emma Cunningham is the ladies' world champion, beating Keri Griffiths by 2-0. We'll be back with the trophy presentation next. Poker IPA World Pool Championship Final. It's been tense, it's been pulsating, and it's been thrilling, and we are into the 7th set, decider to win the World Championships here at the Bradford Hotel. Well, welcome back to the 888 Poker IPA World Pool Championships, and we've just seen Emma Cunningham win the Ladies World Championship by 2-0 over Keri Griffiths. It was a brilliant final, 2 brilliant sets played from Emma Cunningham, with frames twisting from one way and the other. And Emma Cunningham and Keri Griffiths are with our IPA chairman Kevin Barton for the trophy presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, a great final played by 2 great combatants there. So let's just have a round of applause for a great advert for ladies pool there. A great matchup. Introducing our runner-up, she's had a great few days. It's Keri Griffiths. Keri, it's been a great week, but just wasn't to be in this match.
No, I think I missed some golden opportunities in that match, to be honest. Breaks were huge, but just couldn't capitalise on them. And you make mistakes against Emma and you're not coming back to the table most of the time. So I think I got what I deserved in the end.
Well, you created the opportunities, but as you said, you just couldn't quite take advantage, but your opponent played class tonight.
Yeah, she did. She was bang on, to be fair. I mean, she made a few mistakes, but I made more. So.
Well, still a great week. Keri, you're the World Championship runner-up. Congratulations.
Yes.
Keri Griffiths. And our winner, the 888 Poker Ladies Black Ball Pool World Champion, Emma Cunningham. How good do those words sound?
I'm buzzing. I think it's good. Yeah, no, I feel fortunate because, as Kerry's just said, you know, she's been ahead in both sets and she has let me off massively. It took a little while for us to settle, but in the end, it was shot for shot. I'm just pleased to have got over the line in both, because I felt like I definitely lost the first set at 3-1. I'm sat in the chair and I'm thinking, oh no. And then, yeah, I got a couple of missed opportunities and I'm back in it, you know, and she's a quality player and definitely deserves to be in the final and will win the world at some point.
So do you think the difference in the end was just your big match experience just got you over the line?
Possibly. I felt quite relaxed. I'm sure she did. We know each other quite well. We've known each other a long time. But I don't ever give up either. And yeah, she's experienced herself. You know, I just think it was the balls went a little bit more difficult for her than they did for me, and it could have been a whole different story if that white ball hadn't travelled that extra mil, you know.
Was it difficult to prepare for this final? Because obviously it was scheduled for last night and we had that marathon men's final, so it meant the final was delayed for today. Was that a little bit difficult to adjust to?
Not for me, because, you know, you play when you're told to play and you've got that hour before that you prepare. And I know there was people that travelled up last night that was here to watch us, and then they've had to go home because they've had work today, so it's misfortunate for them. But I think, you know, it was better to play it today, this afternoon, rather than us wait till stupid o'clock to then start. So no, I think it was great that it was pushed to today.
Well, Emma, well played. Great advert for Women's Pool. I'm delighted to present this trophy to you. You are the 888 Poker Ladies World Champion. Congratulations.
Well, there we go. Our world champion, Emma Cunningham, with a brilliant win over Keri Griffiths and a worthy champion. I'm joined with Deb Birchall. That was a really good final, and even though Emma said that